Introducing Wanda. Welcome to Dimensions Creating Characters. So Wanda is another hero within the story of Dimensions, and she used to be a treasure hunter. So we're going to flash back some time, and when she was a lot younger, she ended up finding a magical pink gem, and the pink version of magic in this universe is actually a lot stronger, one of the stronger forms of magic than the other ones are, so this definitely helped her when it came to fighting off other treasure hunters who might be after the same treasure as her, or even law enforcement, since at this time within the universe, magic was just outright outlawed, or it was just heavily restricted. So especially when the villains come in, they're saying they want to outlaw magic altogether. They'll kill you if they even see you having it. Wanda definitely had to find another another alternative of making money. So she ends up hunkering down in a zoo area where she ends up finding a bunch of alligators there. So she definitely grew fond of them. All their other animals, there was something about them that kind of called to her. And eventually, when the city was overrun, she actually ended up escaping with the family of alligators. So she's got a small army of alligators now, and this is one of the baby ones, one of the younger ones that are shown here. So yep, eventually she makes her way to the Crymton Kingdom, which luckily for her actually has no restrictions on magic, which has a whole other set of problems, but those are definitely explored later in the story. But as for her, she ends up joining at a time when the Crymton Kingdom is still at war with neighboring factions, and she ends up joining the army because she just loves, that sense of adventure still. It's romanticized for her, and eventually she makes her way through the ranks and becomes a general within the army. I mention this because another character in a previous episode, Old Man Buckets, Robert Buckets, he was also a general in the war and happened to be the same war. In fact, these two were generals at the same time and actually met for the first time in the war room. Now, these two argued like an old married couple because, in case you haven't guessed, they actually end up getting married later in the story as well. So, yep, they actually end up having a child, which will be introduced in a upcoming episode too. But I say all that to say Wanda has quite the backstory of just, treasure hunting to alligator taming and everything else. My sister and I, we made this series, definitely wanted some characters to, where you could look at them, but you couldn't tell their backstory. You couldn't even guess it just by looking at their appearance. And Wanda, I feel like, is definitely one of them where it definitely hints at it, but, she seems like an unassuming old lady, and if you don't mind the gem and the super suit she has on here. But yep, here is Wanda along with her pets right here, and I'm going to show them to you guys up close. And here we have Wanda. Thank y'all so much for watching. As always, tune in next time to see more characters, and have a great rest of your day.